Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Beaver DIY. So today we will be working in the garden. We will be getting some stuff sorted. We're doing some beds. We've recently moved into a new house and now we have a nice greenhouse at the back of the garden, and yeah, we are converting it into a grow house slash vegetable garden slash whatever we need inside of the house to become a little bit more self-sustainable and all that. So yeah, come along on the ride and let's see what we are doing today. We've already started, and yeah, you'll see on the next rest of the video what's happening. Thank you very much. Okay everyone, so what you would have just seen me do is I've tilled the soil. Don't know if that's the right word. I'm Afrikaans. It's not my first language, English. So yeah, if you excuse me if I'm wrong. Sorry, but out of breath here. So what has happened here, so I'll turn like this so you can actually see the soil behind me, is I've taken a fork, 4-pronged fork. I have tilled the soil over, broken up most of the big clumps, left it for about 2 days to see if anything sprouts, then removed anything that has sprouted from that to try and get all the unwanted seeds and stuff out of the ground. Then I worked in 6 wheelbarrows of our compost that we have at the back of the yard there. Not saying it's organic, it's homemade, so all the garden cuttings and stuff from the kitchen and all that other stuff goes into the pile. It's get turned every couple of weeks, gets wet when the garden gets watered, and yeah, it's been a couple of months that it's been there. Nice black organic, keep on saying organic, it's not, but yeah, nice homemade compost. So I worked in 6 wheelbarrows into this piece here. It's about 6 meters by about 3 meters, so yeah, 6 wheelbarrows should be more than sufficient to get enough nutrients into the soil. Then what I did is I flattened it down with a rake, and then I worked it into the top 2 to 4 inches of the soil, removed all the roots and everything else that I could find in the soil. And yeah, now next step will be to rake it all flat, get it nice and flat, and then I'm going to cover it with a black tarp. Leave it for 2 or 3 days. That's just going to kill any surface things in the soil. And yeah, I also wanted to stay a bit dry, so when I work it again it's a bit easier to work, because we've got very clayey soil here in our hometown. So yeah, stick with it. Let's do the last little bit here, get it raked down, and then yeah, after that we will see what to do next. What you have seen me do now is I've raked down all the high spots, try to give it as level as possible, and then I've put a plastic black tarp on, as well as some shade cloth, I think it's 70 or 80% shade cloth. This will just keep this semi-dry for now, as I need to water the rest of the stuff in here because we've got some seedlings and stuff going. So yeah, we need to do that. So I want to keep that area dry, so it's easier to work with once we want to plant our seeds into the ground. Oh, not our seeds, our little seedlings that we have been working on. So just to recap, what we've done is we've tilled the soil, we have added some compost in, we've tilled the soil again, worked the compost into the soil nice and deep, about 2 to 4 inches, so about 30 centimeters or so. So yeah, now next up will be to wait for the seedlings to get to a reasonable size so they have a nice strength going, and a nice root system so we can transplant them into the soil. This will also give the compost time to work into the soil quite nicely, so in about a week, 2 weeks, we will get that seedlings into the soil and allow them to grow. So yeah, thank you for joining me on this little experiment. And yeah, little disclaimers and that type of stuff. I know nothing about gardening, know nothing about vegetables, so you'll be learning along with me. Thank you very much for joining me, and have a lovely day.